happy weekend to everyone. It's a beautiful weekend and welcome guys to our late night show. Okay, you just see the breaking news. And I want to say, guys, it's time for people to really apologize to Chamisa. And I'm looking for those that blamed him for not having a constitution in place. They were blaming him for being weak. That, oh no, he's a one-man band. You all need to send an apology to him because what's happening currently has nothing to do with Triple C. It's simply people who have their own personal ambitions. And I've told you last time that what is your ambition? What do you want? All right, so before I get into details, because you've seen now, Tshabangu has been hosted by the First Lady at the State House. Wow. Okay. Am I the only one who have so many questions about the State House? We have seen quite a number of controversial individuals, but it has tended to be something else, in my opinion. All right, so before we proceed, if it's your first time to come across the channel, please make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell so that every time I'm live, you'll be notified immediately. And I want to say to my regulars, shout out. I can see some of them coming through. You know what I mean? And also, don't forget to like the live so that we push algorithm and invite everyone to the conversation. Quite interesting days ahead. I'm going to send some shout out to Esther. Good to see you, man. And also on the other hand as well, Zuma is rejecting the results. First and foremost, Mr. Zuma, you're doing extremely well, in my opinion. What do you want? Why are you rejecting the results? Honestly, you held a hero because everyone is so excited that at least Zuma came through and managed to topple ANC. You know what I mean? That's what Skasukuri would have done last year. But anywho, here we are. And we still hope that something will happen divinely. All right, so guys, Mr. Tshabangu, finally, the First Lady rolled a red carpet for this controversial man and hosted him at the State House. This is what the Standard is saying. Quite interesting days ahead. All right, so I want you to take a listen to Jacob Zuma rejecting the results. I'm like, please, Jacob, honestly, what's up with you? Why are you doing that? Other people just folded and say, hey, we need to fix our country. But Mr. Zuma is saying, we need to restart. Either we're going to recount or we re-vote. Take a listen, please.
Listen to you and let us rush. Because that is provoking people in reality. Then what do you do if the institutions that are supposed to deal with everything deprive you of that possibility? Then when people stand up and do something, somebody's going to say these people are wild. They must be shot. They must be arrested. It is a serious matter. In fact, there is a lot that is going to come out in these elections. I fully support my colleagues here that nobody must force us to say now this is what are as a result. Well, the results are not correct. If we say so, I think the institution must satisfy us that they did look into the issues. The first time ever since freedom where people arrested doing wrong things. First time. I'm sure we all know that some people got arrested. You don't know? We are not journalists then. There's something else. Journalists must know everything, don't you know? Huh? Yes. We are going to need the time. Nobody must declare tomorrow. No.
All right, you heard Mr. Zuma said he's not accepting the results. This election must be, there must be a rerun. First and foremost, there's quite a number. South Africa had this whole list of political parties. You saw their ballot paper. And out of all the people, it's only Mr. Zuma. First and foremost, I know his history. I know when he went to prison, I understood that, and he was very upset. Remember, cars back and forth, dignitaries talking to him because he didn't want to go to jail. There were so many people surrounding his house protecting him. Now, instead of just saying, guys, I really came out and I did so well, he came at number 3. The MK is number 3. Yes, he's doing well. Now you want a rerun. What for? What for? And it's threatening people, to say, there can be violence. Don't forget the August, July unrest, where people went in and destroyed Durban. That's KwaZulu-Natal. So honestly, Mr. Zuma, we need to move forward. Come together and join hands and fix this stuff. Or sometimes it's not all battles that we have to fight. If it is a Zimbabwean situation, maybe. But South Africa, most of the people fought because they wanted to move on. And we all know that the election wasn't fair, really, considering all the hiccups. But at least you can't compare it with Zimbabwe. You really can never compare with Zimbabwe. Look what we are fighting with. We are talking about Songezo right now. So, Mr. Zuma, let it go, man. Let it go. Some people are saying Ramaphosa is also hanging on a thread because he may be kicked out. Also, you know that, I don't know how many, if ANC has got the majority in parliament, because what I know is there's going to be a vote to vote for a president. Some people say he may survive, some say they don't really know what's going to happen. But it's actually very sad to watch. But we also know the impact that this election in South Africa has on Zimbabwe, right? We are all much aware that, but we were glad that at least that, ANC did not get the majority, because then they have to have coalitions. And all other parties are very much adamant as far as the issue of Zimbabwe is concerned to say, hey, there must be a resolution. This country and the people cannot suffer anymore. You need to make sure that there is a solution on the table. But we all know, because of the relationship that ZANU-PF had with ANC, there's been quite a number of people who are kind of stampeding on the situation. But now here we are. What's next? I'm excited because I know the good news are coming. Looking at the side of SADC as well, because only Ramaphosa had so much power. Now what can he do? He's fighting for his survival and even worry about what's going on in Zimbabwe, I don't know. And we're also looking at President Mnangagwa. We are secretly having meetings with SADC. I've seen it this morning. Apparently, we also saw him. He was with Hichilema and other guys there, and we saw they came out with the horns. I don't know if you got one. I saw some of those leaders were holding some horns, The SADC, but I'm glad we have Hichilema in place, who I trust in his leadership, that there's definitely going to be a resolution as far as the Zimbabwean issue is concerned. ZANU-PF is trying so much to sanitize it. You're seeing people singing around, hire people from the street to give them gowns of the church, Apostolic Church, masquerading as church members. But all those are just simply a waste of time. At the end of the day, there must be a solution on the table. The election wasn't free and fair. Everyone knows. It's on record. And the situation on its own, looking at the economy, that is boiling as we speak. They are trying, if you can sing for a currency to be accepted, the ZIG, then you know that something is wrong. Do you need to sing to force people to accept a currency in a country? Then something is not right. Definitely something is not right. All right, moving on. Tshabangu has been hosted by the First Lady at the State House. Breaking news. Standard is reporting, so as ED's plan is to hang on to power. This is quite interesting. Right, the First Lady rolled the red carpet for Tshabangu at the State House. You need to apologize to Chamisa. Everybody, we blamed him, said all manner of things. You need to apologize. And that's why I respect him for saying, hey guys, I might as well just move in peace and lead those that believe in me. Because this is what I hate about the Zimbabwean community, is we would rather ignore the truth and attack the victim. We all know our problems in the country, and we know who's the manufacturer or the orchestrator of all challenges, but we would rather blame the victim and say the person is wrong. When are we going to really face our problems from the roots and say, hey, we're going to have to resolve this? There's no any other way around. We have to resolve these issues. Now that you have seen, Tshabangu is, first of all, you saw what happened with him and how he got the position. And now he's not being hosted at the State House. This man has no shame. Okay. Considering that the State House has been a place where I saw all manner of things. I saw Titi there taking pictures, and that way I heard that she was told to remove, with the president drinking there. We were drinking, having some drink there. I don't know what drink he was drinking, but people were just speculating on social media. We also saw, we've seen, I don't know how many times, fake prophets around there, criminals around the president. We can see now, even today, as the president was leaving for Korea, we saw again Wicknell with him as well at the airport. So the president was in, I think a few days ago, he was in Kenya. And then he went to Zambia. He was in Zambia 2 days. Now he's leaving again to Korea. And I'm asking myself, I'm like, So yeah, where the president is leaving, Mr. Tshabangu, at the State House, being hosted by the First Lady. That's huge, y'all. And not only are you being hosted, it has to go to the papers. People can know, right? Zimbabweans need to know that you've been hosted at the State House. It's one thing to be hosted in secret. You just go there and have your lunch or dinner and go back to your house. People have been there, but this one, it has to be in the paper. Standard paper has to report that. It means they were told, you must let the Zimbabweans know that Sengeso is here. Why? Again, we're going to fold, right? We are sending messages. This is why I've told you the power of words. That words are powerful. And if anything, ZANU-PF have worked extremely hard over the years to make sure that the sabotage people from knowing the truth. They will give you what they want you to hear, just to test how you react. What you want you to hear. What's more important, they're trying to hide, beat corruption, they don't want you to know. But I'm glad that in the news hawks, I've seen they're very, very strong when it comes to investigation. They are not taking out very, very serious cases that they're showing up of corruption. But my point is, finally, the tortoise on the lamppost is no longer. I'm sure you can actually have a bigger position more than what you got in parliament. So you sold out an innocent man, a 44-year-old, who worked himself out, a dude from the street, came from the street and hijacked the whole thing. This is why the judiciary has to ask themselves questions. The member of the parliament, the speaker of parliament, needs to ask himself questions. The leadership in Zimbabwe across the board need to start asking themselves questions. Is this the kind of legacy you have decided to show all our children who are watching, which include me? A legacy of deception, a legacy of gaslighting, a legacy of lies, deceiving people, causing a stir and a fight of innocent people. People fighting, attacking Chamisa. Oh, may God bless that man. May God have mercy on. Like, honestly, I bless him and his family. Chamisa deserves some blessings. And I'm not saying this because people think that because I support him. No, sometimes I have to be fair. I have to be fair. I have to do what's right. He was at the forefront, received all the punches. For what? For what? And Zimbabwe didn't even believe when he said, I did not do this. All the educated people in Zimbabwe were throwing punches. That's why I don't want to lie to you guys. As much as we say we're educated, I don't believe it. Every time when I hear, I'm like, please, just keep quiet. Let me just mind my business. I don't want to hear that. You know why? Because your education is tiring, man. It's tiring. Is that education that's just focused on attacking the victims and hurt them even further? You want to act like you know too much. But those who don't even respect your constitution, that they swore before the people say we're going to honor, they don't respect. They do as they please. If they can wake up tomorrow and say, nobody can get water, you are going to be starving, you're going to be having thirst, you're going to cross the borders, go and fetch water there. And the water will be there. They do as they please with people's lives. And then you attack each other, where they're just doing whatever they want. Gallivant, travel wherever they want, walking around 500 ministers standing at the airport to do what? Nothing. You ask us some questions. Do you know what you're doing? They don't care, do they? but innocent people who are always going to be attacked for absolutely nothing. It's sad. It's really, really, really sad. So my Jero said, with everything that is happening in our country, particularly in the parliament, it supports my view that kutongwa nemadofo unorwadza. Even in his evilness, Mugabe had no guts to do what Mnangagwa was doing. Perhaps because he was well read. Zino zemadofo achokwadi tichatsukira in this country. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Okay, so the war vets are confronting President Emmerson Mnangagwa. So the Newsday has reported that war vets confronting President Emmerson Mnangagwa. So the war vets are demanding that President Emmerson Mnangagwa reshuffles his cabinet and Politburo to remove Mafikizo and accommodate ex-combatants. ZANU-PF Central Committee member and former legislator Blessed Geza said ex-combatants who risked their lives in the push to remove the late former President Robert Mugabe during the 2017 coup have been sidelined. You can see some people are being hailing to the front. I can only imagine what the war vets will feel when they see that Tshabangu actually was being hosted. Guys, with hosting, it's a big thing. If I have to say I'm hosting you at my house, yeah, I'm going to have to give up everything and just focus on you. Making sure you get to have the best. If you're staying the whole day, breakfast, you're going to go lunch, I'm going to make sure that I get to the best meals. Make sure that I make you feel comfortable, enjoy the meal. He's being thanked for the work that he did. For hurting innocent people, he's getting a reward. Okay. Somebody still said Akutofa. Right. So the people who were working against Mnangagwa and Vice Chiwenga Constantino, those who wanted the two expelled from the party and killed, are the ones who are now enjoying the fruits. While we are being sidelined, Geza said. It's not right. We demand that President Mnangagwa reshuffles his Politburo and cabinet so that he accommodates war veterans. Mnangagwa appointed a blend of cabinet ministers who included technocrats and some old guard from ZANU-PF, leaving out some war veterans who were in forefront during the coup. In February this year, Mnangagwa fired War Veterans Minister Christopher Muchangwa, who was one of the public faces of the coup. No reasons for his dismissal were given. Geza also complained about alleged judicial capture and abuse of the law by top ZANU-PF chefs, which I agree. I mean, guys, we are looking at, you see where the danger of commentary is. It's not a danger, but the danger of commentary is that we have to speak the truth. You can't lie. We are not the people who come in bootleg or no. We have to say things as they are. You know why? Because we're going to be held accountable. If I come here and lie to you tomorrow, I have to be accountable. Because my words are very powerful and strong. Right? Yeah, you take me by my words, but the fact remains. I said the Standard reported, I'm not the one who reported. The Newsday is reporting what the war vets are saying. So we are kind of analyzing and reviewing what people are saying and also pass our comments in return. So I'm like, okay, so Sengezo, just get this. Wow. Bam. The war vets who did all the work, you can hear them complaining. But no, guys, there's someone who just walked from nowhere. It's like Wicknell Chivayo. Right now, he's gallivanting with the president. In fact, he is traveling different countries on behalf of the president. And you all know because we can all see where this is going. We can see churches are singing all these mantras. We can hear different people singing. We can see how they're sanitizing. Now, I'm just worried. Ramaphosa is also, fighting for his life here. So I don't know if he can be able to just borrow some strength there, because he's going to say, hey, guys, I've got my own challenges in this country to sort out. So SADC is going to come as well. They're trying so hard to sanitize. So I saw Wicknell Chivayo, and he actually sent out a tweet, a very long message When he was gallivanting, I saw him in Tanzania. We also saw him when he was, it's Tanzania. There's another country that he was as well, man. Where was that? I need to actually confirm no, Uganda. He was in Uganda as well. Again, with presidents, he was, writing messages after those meetings. So I'm going to read the one that he sent out yesterday when he was in Tanzania. He said, Karibu Tanzania, it was a remarkable pleasure and delightful opportunity to meet the first ever female president of the United Republic of Tanzania. And this is Wicknell Chivayo now. His Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassani, what I found most intriguing about Mama Samia is a unique ability to blend a warm motherly character with robust state authority, full of charisma and an attentive character. The president charmed me with her meticulous understanding of investment, financing, infrastructure development, and pivotal role of technology in the transformation of Tanzania into a digital economy. I have no doubt that under her visionary leadership, the Chama Mapinduzi legacy and revolutionary ideology will be preserved and passed on to future generations. I also had the pleasure of meeting the young, exceptionally intelligent and amazing Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. January Makamba. As I drove through Dar es Salaam on my way from the Julius Nyerere International Airport, I admired the modern highways and appreciated the Tanzanian government's efforts in developing its road and railway infrastructure to world-class standards. As an ambitious young businessman with a keen interest in renewing energy and telecommunications, Mama Samia articulated how her administration is embarked on a massive renewable energy revolution meant to provide a population excess of 60 million with access to reliable and affordable energy. I'm happy that my interest in participating in developing renewable energy projects such as solar, wind, and hydro was well received and considered to be crucial for economic growth and social development. Coupled to this, our wide-ranging discussion on investment prospects by private sector players through public-private partnership confirmed the important role with technology now plays in any modern economy. So important is this subject that Her Excellency unveiled Tanzania's first digital economy strategy framework for 2024 to 2034 as one of key pillars of digital transformation. I expressed my commitment in coordinating significant investment that will assist the vision to establish a highly advanced and digital empowered economy. I express my profound gratitude for the cordial and hospitable reception which I received and the kind regard His Excellency expressed to His Excellency President E.D. Mnangagwa and the Revolutionary Party, ZANU-PF, which I am proud supporter of. I look forward with great anticipation to doing big things in Tanzania's energy and digital infrastructure in the not too distant future. Asante sana, Mama Samia strategy, partnership, #CC, #freedom, #unity, #uhuru na moja. That is Wicknell Chivayo. Actually, just speak highly of Her Excellency, the President of Tanzania. A beautiful woman. I think it's time for us to have a woman as a president in Zimbabwe, in my opinion. Tanzania is beautiful. When I said I cry when I look at Zimbabwe, it breaks my heart. It breaks my last, like you don't understand. It hurts me. Could even the work that they do, there's no excellency. Kanadi marodzi kungoisa madaka kude. They don't care. It's sad. So Wicknell is hailing the first lady, the president, for Tanzania. Beautiful woman, intelligent, classy. All I can say is, absolutely stunning woman and intelligent. If a woman can lead that country with so much excellency, and we see men, all manner of men in Zimbabwe, all these men around who can't even fix a road. I'm sorry, like the entire leadership can't even fix the town China town. They can't even clean. They don't even feel anything about it. They just loot and loot and loot. What a case generation of a people. That's sad. It's very sad and disgusting. Very sad. Right? So Wicknell and Tshabangu are the most important people. Now that makes me wonder, why is it President Mnangagwa could not trust people within the camps to actually be able to just work with these two characters, you know? Maybe there are going to be more characters, but these two characters, which includes Wicknell Chivayo, you know, that are just finding themselves in this position that they're the most important people in town. Oh, how the mighty will fall. How the mighty will fall. The arrogance of the people. It reminds me of the scripture in the book of Esther, you know, when the Jews, there was going to be a genocide of the Jews. And, you know, Haman had built a tower so that he could kill Mordecai. You know, he built a tower. He was an evil man, you know, thinking he was going to get away with it. And what happened? The people called their God. It's like, no, let's pray, let's fast and pray. And divine intervention. The woman, young girl, confronted the king. And what happened? The very same person who built the tower was hanged on the same tower. You just heard what I said. You heard me. You just heard me. I've told you exactly what's going to be happening soon. The very same people who think they're going to get away with nonsense are going to be hanged on the very same things that they're doing. They won't get away with it. It's just a matter of time. And the time is getting closer by day. In fact, it's getting closer by day. You just heard me. They're not going to get away with it, unfortunately. They have to pay. It's also, you saw him with Museveni. I don't know what they're trying to sanitize because of the summit. They're trying to find people who can come in, you know, support all this illegitimacy. It doesn't work, sirs and ma'ams. It's not going to work. Zimbabweans are not going to have it. They also have got a heavy pushbacks. Protests are underway. People are busy planning, and they're coming very soon. You know, I heard that they said from the 19th, actually, people protesting that not again in this country. And the solution will be on the table. For those who think you can keep, you know, living by bootlicking, no, not again. I said not again. Freedom is coming. Freedom is around the corner. Guys, please prepare the way. Freedom is coming. Yeah, freedom is coming. So pray, guys. I told you there's a guy who passed away today, Murisi, I don't know if you guys know him, Honorable Murisi. So this is the message that Chabisa sent out. He said, I've learned with deep sadness on the passing of Honorable Murisi's wife in the early hours of this morning. We worked together from the early days of the struggle for change and freedom in Zimbabwe. He was affable, jocular, generous, and jovial. My prayers are with the family and friends. Rest in peace, Murambwe. Yeah, may you go. I'm sure he's already in heaven. He's enjoying heaven there. You know, and I don't want to say much about that. He's in heaven. You know, yeah, we must focus on the most important part, other things. So yeah, you ever heard? And there are allegations now that FARS stole the money. Apparently, there's also corruption allegations around the FARS, Forever Associate. You know, in Zimbabwe, what else are they reporting about except corruption? The very same FARS that is being accused of working with President Mnangagwa to support his, ascension to power is being accused of corruption. So how shadowy group FARS was formed, how it was formed. So the Central Intelligence Organization Deputy Director General Asha Walter Mafumane and close family members established the Forever Associate Zimbabwe, close family members. So a family decided to create this group. Trust to help the ruling ZANU-PF party to win 2030 harmonized elections. I think the word win is not the right word, right? To grab, right, the election. Shelling out 23 million during the campaign. Hear me out. 23 million US dollars was invested. 23 million US dollars. Okay, how much is that in rands? 23 million in dollars was invested by FARS. That costed 23 million dollars. That is 432 million. 292,820 runs. 432 million was invested kutenga machira ewaita yakaita kunge mashavi. I cannot even less than, I don't know if they can even charge you $1,000. Maybe let's just give them a bit of, like maybe just say $10,000, assuming. They used 23 million US dollars for that shenanigans that happened on that day. That we saw. A report is shown, right? According to an explosive report released by the Sentry, an investigative and police organization that seeks to disable multinational predatory networks that benefit from violent conflict, repression, and first official days revealed that its trustees and founders include Tafumane's family and associates, including Tangise Tapera, his key ally and business partner, is a past oil deal with Iran. Okay. However, according to the expose, both Tafumane and Fars denied that the CIO controls the trust. Okay, this is getting really, wow. In addition, the main phone number for Fars was used in the past by the CIO officer, according to a review of several phone apps that reveal the names under which a telephone number has been saved by its contacts in users' address book, suggesting the involvement of the agency. Also, Fars also spent at least 4 million, a large sum of money in Zimbabwean politics, importing 160 or more Toyota Hilux pickup trucks for ZANU-PF candidates. Fars declined to comment when asked whether their activities intimidated voters or whether their spending tipped the electoral scales towards ZANU-PF, the report said. It further indicated that the 4 million used on the vehicles since October 2022 was 8 times more than the 500,000 public party funding received by the opposition parties in Zimbabwe. In denying the allegations, Fars described the Sentry statement as attempts to capture the organization. So these reports were actually being called by Sentry. Sentry report is an investigative journalist, a team. So they kind of monitoring and check all these transactions that are being made by government officials or interesting individuals, especially, Tafumane is also being sanctioned, if I'm not mistaken. Was it not the one, the CAO leader is sanctioned as well? So they have to do more on why they're sanctioned. What is it that they were involved in? That's when this deal of 23 million came out. So the CIO also ramped up to expenditure before the elections, spending 23 million on 780 vehicles since January 2022, almost as much as the 25 million spent from 2016 to 2021. So they've been on a spending spree money, right? That's a Zimbabwean community, of course. They will do it holding a gun. What are you going to say? This is sad. This is really sad. So anyone who comes here, you must be careful that there are people that get sent by the regime or by their bodies to come here and kind of causing destruction in terms of their comments. Don't some of them just swipe or tell me I'm going to block and delete. So they do it intentionally. Don't worry about that. You must focus on what we are doing here. Focus on what we are doing, and what we are doing is correct. They're being sent to cause confusion and dilute conversations because they don't want people to know the truth. So you must keep your focus. Just focus on what we are talking about here. That what the CIO are doing or the FARS people are doing. The FARS is simply a name, but these are individuals, Zimbabweans who are involved in all this deep, really dark corruption. They are Zimbabweans that you see on the streets. Even though they don't look like it, they loot big monies. I don't know why they do it because they all look dirty, actually. It's very sad. So in the past, the CIO has allegedly used similar vehicles in the beating and intimidating of opposition supporters, the report said. But I was focusing on the issue of the corruption part. This country needs redemption. It has to be restarted. By all means, we have to restart Zimbabwe. This is no longer an issue of who is what on who is what. It's just say, guys, Let's come together, fix the country so that we are able to move on. All right. So yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Those that are saying, I don't know, someone mentioned about Gambakwe thing. You need to remember, guys, the meeting was there for the dignitaries of SADC. We're there in Zambia. It was there. So it's not Gambakwe does not tell me what to say. I see some of the things that he says, but I also read what's out there. I see most of these reports. I can, that's why I always drop the links so that you guys can go through and do your research. I don't come here to tell you conjecture. Or everything that I say here, I've got proof. I'm not that kind of person who's trying to excite you. I don't have time to excite people. I've got time to speak about things that are out there. And I comment on real articles, on real, reports. I don't just play. When I talk, you check there on all my commentaries that there is actually my links where you guys can do your own research. You understand? So don't worry about other things. Focus. Zimbabweans, you must keep your focus on the important things. What is the notable one? Keep focus on the important things. Okay. So you tell me what you think in the comment section. Then I'm going to do you a favor. Some people, I told you before, they are getting angry with Zuma, which makes a lot of sense. Zuma wants this whole thing to do. First statement, Zuma is dangerous because he would watch the country meant to push, to push his own agenda. That time the president watched it burn these past years and continued to enrich his fields. They yet put you through years of apartheid and still burn the flag today to remind you they hurt you. Malema turns a blind eye to the drug, crime, and the human trafficking problem that comes with foreigners. There's not one politician that won't watch the country bent to push their own agenda. These people are all the same. It's just about who is better at the game, and unfortunately, where the chess pieces crumbling for who will suffer less under. I also still think that Zuma need to let this go. He did well. He played his part, and people are celebrating him. Let him not spoil what he has done. I mean, he played a huge part to make sure at least the decimate ends. And we are all celebrating because now we know that's the beginning of a freedom, especially the Zimbabwean society, because now way too from here, ZANU-PF, is unshackled. They've been really taking much time shackling people because of their relationship with their war. Now, finally, that war hell broke loose, So, way too from here, ZANU-PF. Nick Mangwana is not feeling okay, and I think even Joe Charamba as well. They're not feeling okay right now because they know things are really getting very, very much ugly. Okay, so other headlines that are dropping now from the Sunday Mail. Tshabangu Ngube faction wins battle for funds. So they are now going to take the money, okay? Cleanse me of evil spirits. Oh no, that is something else. So Tshabangu and... that's why you went to the State House to have dinner or lunch, whatever it's called. It's just going to be getting the money, right? Okay, that's quite interesting. Oh, people from Zimbabwe don't fear God. I can't begin to fund them. Wow. So Mr. Washman, Ngube and Tshabangu, they're just becoming millionaires. And these are political criminals. Once the lead is off, brothers, you're on your way to prison. Hopefully you won't spend that money. You're going to keep it aside. Once the lead is off, you're on your way to prison. That I can tell you. This time you can't escape. This time you will not escape. You will be on your way to prison. And they are really coming for you. And that's for a fact. They are coming for you. Zimbabweans are sick and tired. Guys, I'm going to tell you, if you are, let me just tell you, you are very much blessed. This is just from me to you. If you are still having a family that either celebrates you when you win, it's a blessing. Okay. Never take that for granted. If you still receive phone calls from your sisters, your uncle, your cousins, and say, we love you, it's a blessing. Never take that for granted. Just know that you are the most blessed person. Because majority of people are crying out there because families are falling apart. Please love your families. You are nothing without that support. Some of you, I know you may say, but I'm not getting no support from my families. Listen, the Bible says, owe no man except to love. right? All no man except to love them. So your duty is to show people love. What they do with your love, it's not your problem. But if you see that some of them, you give them love, they don't know how to receive it, please take your energy and channel to those that really, really love you. Okay. So you build relationships. What's more important is you have people that you can always kind of rub shoulders with on things that are tough. Like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Very important. Build relationships. Families are life. Don't take that for granted. Okay. Do not take that for granted. Let me have a look at what you guys are saying, because I think it has been so long I never look at your comments. And I know some people are upset with me because every time when I come here, I guess when I finish, and I'm focusing on the next assignment. So let me have a look and see what you guys are saying. Let me check your comments. Oh, by the way, please drop your location, please. Very important. Drop your location.
ClickUp is an all.
Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so, yeah. Yeah, okay, so, and I think this has been a conversation that people, the Triple C MPs must resign, and I think they also need to resign. What are they doing? Guys, this is why I said Chamisa needs to be respected, okay? And I repeat and I say it a million times. From the time they took the 40,000, those 40,000 US dollars, Chamisa told them not to take the money. And they proceeded to take the money, right? They proceeded to take the money. Now, look where this is. Look where we are now. So it has been an episode after episode. That was the first problem that they made, was to take the money. They were not supposed to take the money, the 40,000, the MPs. Judges is Goma 400,000. My ministers, what did they take money for? Today your hands are cut. You can't do right because you sold out. Guys, money is spiritual. And what's that? Money is spiritual. Money is it's a spiritual drug. So, I actually heard this, that beware of people who gives you money cash. Do you know, let me tell you what happened for me. I used to have one client of mine. This client was very, very specific, and he was very, very specific and intentional. You would only pay rent using cash. You would not pay rent. You would not transfer. You would just use cash. You tell I don't have account. That's what he would tell you, but you pay cash. But one day I went to his house. This guy was literally doing rituals. You'd see a small little thing with the monies inside. You see Bute around, that plate around, and he was that ritualist person. But then I was listening to another woman who was talking a Sangoma. She said, when a person gives you money all the time, they're literally taking your blessings away. They're taking your luck. So if you're someone that they see potential, that you're a very much gifted person, they'll give you money so they can take away the gift. It's a spiritual transaction. But it's just that for me, I'm prayerful. So you can't do it. It doesn't work. You know, with me, it doesn't work. Those things don't really work. You know, I'm always going to be 20 steps ahead. The devil knows that for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. But it does happen. So what people didn't know, that it was a spiritual transaction. What's going on in Zimbabwe today was a spiritual transaction. You just heard me. You ask yourself, why do people become so dumb? Why is it our people are just acting like they're foolish? Because it was a spiritual transaction. You have to be spiritual enough to understand how the world works and how the spiritual world controls the physical. There are people consulting in heavy spaces and they use muti or use Mnangagwa Mishonga. That was not just money. It was a spiritual transaction. So that when wrong happens, you don't act. You ask yourself questions. Your brains won't work. Sad. Very sad. Anywho, MPs can resign if they want. I don't know if they've got the strength or the will to do so. Because when you start playing around the spiritual world, you need to have the willpower to get out of something. Okay, now I'm gonna touch this again because I know there's, I don't know why, I know there may be someone who wants to know this. This is why we always say to you, Don't sleep around. Because you can meet one woman, one man who damage your entire destiny. And that person will make sure you will never respect your relationships again in your lifetime until you get deliverance. It's a spiritual transaction. There's danger in some of the actions people take. You can't just get money you don't work for. It does not work like that in life. You work for money, it's a principle. Once you learn to take things that you don't work for, there will be repercussions. This is what happened here. I wish I could have known. I could have told them that, guys, you've got two choices to make. Taking this man, or there will be consequences. You understand? Right now, they bring things. Oh, you can see they're playing games right in front of your eyes. But why can't you take action to stop it? The power of will. You don't have because that's what they were taking. That willpower of saying no. You are standing up and said, I cannot do wrong. I stand for myself. It's a no. Right? But the moment you dip your hands in the pot of the devil, he takes away the willpower. The power to say no to wrong things. I can't do it. It was a spiritual transaction. It was very intentional. Very much intentional. They need to know it, that we know. At least I'm telling you, and they know. The people behind all these shenanigans know that what I'm telling you is the truth. It was a spiritual transaction. Unfortunately. Today, drama after drama after drama after drama. Now, this is where you need God to intervene. You don't need divine intervention. So you need to start respecting what your minister says. And I've been telling you guys, whether people are going to say, no, but we don't care. Politics, you don't talk about God. Hey, don't let people fool you. People belong to God. That country belongs to God. He's the only one that can save Zimbabwe. It's God. You know why? Because people are deep in evil. And the only way to undo evil is by good. And who can do that? Divine intervention. It's God intervening and not play the chess. Give you the wisdom to counter every wrong things that have been done. Then you're free. It's like you want to deliver someone who has got a spirit, a demon of prostitution. You can't do it when you're a prostitute. It's only someone who can see from a distance who are able to say, there you can go, there you can go, then you can be free. It's a spiritual transaction. Understand you, brothers and sisters. Whoever is telling you to leave God is fooling you. Is telling you to keep you at ransom with the devil. Do not listen to nonsense. You need God to be out of this. He's the only one. Everything that's going to, any game that's coming right now, it will be God at play. But it gives you wisdom to move and to make a move and to make a move until you're free. Otherwise, let's not lie to one another. There's nothing you can do because people are deep in, this has been going on for decades. And the only way you need to come out is to call God for divine intervention. And he will take you out. He's going to take us out. Don't worry, there are people who are fully in control spiritually, who are head one with the devil. And there's no way, there's no way we're going to come out. This time we will come out. But I want you to know how the devil works and how things really work in the spiritual realm and control the physical realm. Don't be fooled by all these fake prophets and all roaming around and talking nonsense. They don't understand the spiritual world because they're already in the dark world. They don't understand how it works. Here's the thing. Anything bad can only be overturned by good. So the only way to free Zimbabwe, because of so many years of evil that has been done, is when the real people who understand the spiritual world are able to confront the spiritual and ask God for divine wisdom to say, how can we come out of this? And how, not only are we going to come out, but again, set a new foundation that will make the country live in freedom. Because at this moment, everyone is shackled. Across the world, every Zimbabwean is shackled. And some even say, no, it's not important. No, we want to fight. Relax. It's not every battle that you take the arms. We're not in 1500s here. We are in 2024. Some battles only require wisdom and divine intervention. Is when the enemy themselves fight among themselves. That's when you win. God will give us wisdom And it will come out. Come out in the end. It won't be like this forever. I can tell you that for maybe this year won't end here. We'll be free. Don't just take money. Ask your questions. Across Zimbabwe, you don't take money you didn't work for. Ask your questions. Show me any country that you says show me. Such kind of money, when a country is going down like that, $40,000, $350 for $1,000, I think for ministers, for judges, 400,000. For what? To do what? Those were the questions that people could have asked. It was well orchestrated. But hey, our weapons of warfare are not carnal. They are mighty through God to bring down every stronghold. And we are not giving up. They will come down, whether they like it or not. Not again. Our people has to live freely. We have to fulfill our purpose. Zimbabwe is our nation. We will demand and we will. There are no giants in there. We can see grasshoppers. We're getting in. Those that say there's no giant anywhere. Don't be afraid. There is no giant anywhere. It's all a mind game. Be strong and courageous. And you must confront every wicked until you cross. Don't be afraid, y'all. We are very closer than you think, and we're not giving up. We want freedom in this country. We want a country that is normal, where our people are being treated like human beings, where people work for survival, not begging, not bootlicking, not hero-worshipping human beings. No, they need to only worship God. But individuals, no, we respect. We don't worship. There's a difference. We respect. So anything that is anti-God won't survive. It may not see the light of day. Anything that is anti-God, anything that stands in the way of our destiny, it has to come down. It has to fall. There must be mental restoration, sanity restoration, marriages restoration, peace restoration in this country, respect restoration. It must happen, whether the devil like it or not. It will happen. We'll stand on the tower. We'll stand at the doorway. Not again. Our people cannot live a life of misery. And our people cannot live in poverty when we are such a rich country. It's coming. And the time is now. The time is now. So guys, fasten your belts. There's no giants anywhere. Hakuna. It's just in your herd. Hapana. What you think is there is nothing. No one. Akushkise. Shh. Relax. Fasten your belts. We are getting in. Chukupin. We are getting in. Very soon, we are meeting there. You understand? We are meeting there. That's a lie. The devil knows. It is a lie. It's a lie. Who is that uncircumcised Philistine who can stand against my God? Who is he? Who's that? Who is he who can stand against my God? Show me that person. Who is he? Who is that person who can stand against the God that I serve? I love you. May God bless you and may God bless Zimbabwe. You must sleep tight. Cheer you up, guys. Fear not. God is with you. Smile, laugh, enjoy. Joy be with you. We are crossing soon. Now. Not tomorrow. Now. That freedom you wanted, it's here. You must start celebrating. I love you. And bye for now.